what, 6 friends, right? Okay, I always get the numbers confused, but six people, 3 girls, 3 guys, right? They lived in 2 apartments, right, in New York, 2 giant apartments. Has anybody ever priced apartments in New York? Okay, what would those apartments cost in New York? These giant apartments they were in?
5,000-6,000 a month.
Yeah, I mean they would have been insanely expensive. Okay, and certainly if you own them, I mean we're talking like millions of dollars. I mean this is huge. Not only that, but apparently these friends were all apparently marginally employed from what I can tell. And they all spent time in a coffee shop drinking what would be $3 lattes. And complaining about money, and yet did they ever not meet the rent? At least I don't know, I didn't see it serious, but apparently they stayed there, they kept on staying in. So this changes the story. It creates this image that people who are easily not well-to-do can have success, right? This idea of what's successful. Keep that in mind because that may fit into a story later. And this is, again, it's really big. And again, most people probably, again, sometimes it's not good to be known as an American in other countries because they get a little pissy at us when we're in one of our moods, and all that. So people get a little pissed at us, which is understandable, and all that. But my sister in the 1980s visited Europe, and of course she never called herself an American. That was okay. But instead, she referred to herself as a Texan, and that was big thumbs up. Okay, because being a Texan was cool because the TV show in the 1980s that was real big, which had just, well, this is by the 90s that she's there, but I mean they lagged by about a decade. Huh?
Walker, Texas, right?
No, good guess though. Before that though,
Dallas.
And if you all probably have not heard of Dallas, it's outside of your generation. Dallas was one of the longest running late night soap operas that ran on Friday nights, and it was huge. It was all about this oil family, the Ewings in Texas. The main character played by Larry Hagman was called JR, and he was a ruthless bastard that did anything and everything. And so people asked my sister, "Did you know JR?" They asked her if she rode a horse into school, and of course she said yes. She's no dummy, But the thing was, she was getting these as literally almost like honest inquiries. Our images of success have some very interesting impact on the way the world looks at us. Keep that in mind for what we're about to talk about when we talk about these economic theories, okay? Because that image of success may be important for what we talk about for late 19th century ideas of economics and value, okay? So keep that in mind. So bookmark it. Okay, now, one last thing about Edison and his labs. Edison actually employed one guy who's from Serbia, who's actually kind of cool. Oh my God, just one of my favorite characters ever. Nikola Tesla. Oh my God. Tesla, who becomes an American, who is our first great mad scientist. He's fucking insane, but brilliant. Oh my God, I love him. Okay. Does anyone know what Tesla's famous for? His name's even a unit of measurement in science.
And it's also been.
Oh, cool. Okay, I did not know that. That's electrifying. Sorry, I had a grease over there. It's electrifying.
His biggest dream was transmission of power.
Yes, Tesla, his biggest thing was alternating current. He's basically the father of alternating current, AC/DC. And so the primary form of current that exists today that is used in households and in power transmission, that was Nikola Tesla. He also created anything that involved electricity, Tesla was insanely involved with. He created the Tesla coil, which is a machine that shoots lightning. There's nothing more fucking cool than the Tesla coil, I'll tell you. Anybody ever seen the original Terminator movie? Anybody ever seen the original Terminator movie? Okay. You know when Arnold Schwarzenegger comes back to the past and he's naked in the street, there's almost shooting lightning behind him and all that? Okay. Now, mind you, that does make Schwarzenegger the only governor that most people have seen naked, Well, I mean, outside of Bill Clinton. But, it's just that Bill Clinton did it really one at a time. Anyway, but so there he was, but if you saw the lightning shooting out from behind him, that was actually not a visual, that was actually a Tesla coil they put behind him, shooting lightning out. So Schwarzenegger is a braver man than I, because I would not be sitting there naked with my dangly bits out there while lightning is shooting behind me, Now, mind you, I do know Schwarzenegger took steroids, so he may have had a smaller target, but still,
More recently, the Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Oh, did they use that? And they use Tesla coils?
They had a 4 different devices to zap.
Does that, oh, cool, yeah, no, Tesla clothes are a lot of fun. I like that. They're great fun. Anyway, Tesla actually used to have 2 Tesla coils, and he would actually have lightning arcing over his head while he worked, because he felt that since the brain supposedly worked in a, electromagnetic, it's a long story. Anyway, so he thought it was really helpful for his work in order to do that, so he was brilliantly nuts. He and Edison did not get along at all, because they're 2 giant egotists. And even though that he worked for Edison, he finally he quit, and there's a lawsuit that's involved. And ultimately, Tesla will sell, although Tesla wanted alternating current, he actually wanted power to be delivered by Tesla coil-like devices. So he actually, if you've ever seen these old 1950s movies where they have these big power stations and lightning is arcing over the city and all that, that's how Tesla would have had us delivery, which would have been fucking cool. Okay? Awesome. Now, mind you, not really good on the bird population. Okay? Probably a little dangerous for hang gliding as well. But still, awesome. Okay?
Test beds on Long Island to try to.
Oh, yeah, well, and that's.
Yeah.
Wait, well, and he lied to J.P. Morgan to do it too, which is, there's a whole story behind it. Oh my God, that's another. Yeah, he actually scammed J.P. Morgan, which is a book nobody screws with J.P. Morgan, and he did. Anyway, Tesla is one of these, again, mad geniuses. When he leaves Edison's company, or leaves, he actually will sell the idea of alternating current to a fellow by the name of George Westinghouse. If you've ever heard of Westinghouse appliances, that's what that George Westinghouse, okay? And actually, the rivalry between that and what Edison wanted, yeah.
What was his name again?
George Westinghouse, okay? And what's the irony behind all this is that what Edison wanted was direct current, DC power, which we use in batteries and all that today. Because of the fight between DC and AC current, another invention will come into existence. What is that invention that will come out of that?
Battery?
No, good guess.
The electric chair.
The electric chair. It's one of our most brilliant stories ever. And it's absolutely. Why the electric chair? I mean, we already have ways to kill people with hanging and shooting. What was the value of the electric chair?
Still here?
Well, okay, you think old Sparky.
Yeah.
Right. Now, mind you, shot was bad too. Hanging bad too. Yeah. Was it supposed to?
No.
In fact, what was the idea? That by using electricity it would be quicker, it'd be more humane, right? That was the whole idea. The electricity would be just, if it was so powerful, it would kill you instantly. It would be more humane, and therefore, okay, this is a fucking lie, okay? This is what's brilliant about the whole story of the electric chair. What had happened was this. Thomas Edison wanted to get people to do DC power. He didn't want them to do AC power. So what did he do? He funded a secret company. Well, secretly funded. The company wasn't secret itself. And a group of researchers, independent researchers, and said they had come up with a way to kill people absolutely near instantaneously without pain with this incredibly dangerous alternating current. Because alternating current was so powerful, it would just kill you, bam, instantly. Well, of course, what were they doing? Edison wanted people to associate alternating current with death. And so therefore, it would be too dangerous to use in the home. And indeed, the electric chair was all about making the image of alternating current as something that killed you. Indeed, when they had the first pictures of the first old Sparky electric chair that was put together, they originally had a different generator. Edison made sure that the generator was swapped out for a Westinghouse generator. And for the first pictures, they made them retake the picture of the electric chair until they could actually, you could see the word Westinghouse in the picture for the pictures that were going to run in the newspaper. So everybody would associate Westinghouse with being killed in the electric chair.
Wow.
Isn't that marvelous? There are now books dedicated specifically to this entire story and all the skullduggery that was done to create the electric chair. So what was supposedly billed to us as being more humane was all about sales. I love it. Okay, it's a great story, and it's even the best part. It's true. Okay, and so Great story and fun. And of course, actually, the electric chair was not always the best tool for, first time they tried to fry somebody in the electric chair,